Hi guys, this is Tina. Welcome back to my channel. So we are here for another one of our X-Piles videos, and we are now here with our 12 by 12 sheets. So if you've watched along so far, you'll know that I have coffee dyed these. So I've got a few here. Now these two are sort of glittered, which in my experience, the glittery sheets tend to crack. So I'm not quite sure yet how I'm going to use these. So I'm just going to put them down beside me, and then we'll kind of come to them a bit later, or maybe in another video. Now I was going to make sort of paper pouches, but I thought, well, that's a bit boring because I have done that, you know, before in the past. So I have created a new sort of fold out that I thought that we could have a go at doing. I hope it's going to go well. I have made a sort of prototype, but only one. So, you know, it may be a little bit suck it and see, and we'll see how we get on, but hopefully it's going to work okay. Now I have to say I really love these three papers, and I do have this big urge to just hoard these, but yeah, I'm going to be ruthless and I'm going to use them. So I'm just going to put them down to the side and just take one, so they're not all over the desk. So obviously this has been torn from a paper pad. So the first thing that I need to do is obviously cut along, you know, the perforated edge. I mean, I could just tear it, to be honest, but I'll just cut along there and get rid of that edge like that. Okay, now let's hope that this all goes to plan, because otherwise this will be another disastrous video. So what I'm going to do is start by folding my piece in half. Now already I'm kind of now thinking, am I better off doing it this way? Trying to work out how to get it with the text up the right way. Probably this way. Okay, so I'm just going to fold that in half. Where's my bone folder? And obviously, if you've got a score board, you know, you could use your scoreboard. Okay, so that's my 12 by 12 sheet just folded in half. Then I'm going to fold it in half again, like that. So then I've got sort of like a 6 by 6 square. Like that. Okay, and then what I'm going to do now is just fold my sides in. So I'm going to take one, right, so straight away this is now not quite working. Okay, so we're just going to kind of fold that in there like that. Now you can see already what's happened is kind of this part has what's the word, well, you know, kind of gone wider. So I mean, you could neaten that up, I guess, by taking it in here and folding it like that. Okay, that might just help to sort of bring it in, but it doesn't matter because we're going to fold this down anyway. And then what you're going to do is take your other side, and you just want it sort of roughly the same size, like that. Oops. I mean, this is quite thick, this, I mean, technically it's almost like cardstock, really. So obviously it's not the easiest to fold. But, you know, if you've got thinner papers, they maybe would work easier. Okay, so now what I've got is my 12 by 12 sheet folded in like that. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to make this one like a little pockety type bit, and I'm going to make this one like a little envelope. So what I'm planning on doing is stitching down the signature, or stitching down the middle, perhaps I should say, here. And then I'm going to stitch this so as we've got a pocket. And what I'm going to do here, I'm going to cut this section like an envelope flap. So just going to sort of wing it here. Like that. if I just trim that off there, like that. Oops. Obviously I'll tidy that up in a moment. And then if I just take my my piece, I should be able to get a similar envelope-y type shape on this side. So like that. And obviously I can just tidy this up in a moment. So okay, just going to now, you know, round this so as it looks slightly more envelope-y looking. Like, oh. Every time I think, oh yeah, that's about right, I kind of move the scissors away and think, oh no, right. And I could have obviously, you know, kind of done that, but because this paper's quite thick, I didn't think it would really, you know, appreciate me doing that. So what we're going to do is basically stitch around here like that. So you'd have a pocket here with like an envelope flap. So that's your pocket in there. Then this bit, you'd have a little, you know, flap for writing on or whatever, or we could glue that down and it would be like another pocket. I think I'm going to do that actually. And then on this side, what I'm going to do is stitch around here. So you would have a top loading pocket. And then again, I was planning on, what was I planning on doing? Right, that's it. I was planning on having this as a like foldy bit. So I'm just going to fold that down like that, and again I'll just bone folder that down. Okay, and then have that as like a little pocket there and also a pocket here. Now I will probably have to glue this one because yeah, I'm going to struggle to actually stitch that down, but I mean gluing is absolutely fine, you know, I don't have any issues with gluing. Now all I'm going to do is just trim this down like a couple of millimeters, because obviously once that folds over it's hanging out. So by just trimming it down just literally, you know, a fraction, it just eliminates that from happening really. So whoops, just like that. Okay, there we go. Right, so I'm going to take this down to the sewing machine and I will be back, and we can do another one of these so that, you know, if this is clear as mud, hopefully it will get clearer. Right, I am back from the sewing machine, so I will just show you kind of how it's finished, you know, how it's come out. So basically I've stitched around the front on 3 sides, leaving obviously this little section open as a pocket. You've got a pocket here as well, so that just kind of folds over there. You've got a pocket there, and then on this side again I just stitched around on 3 sides. Now I was careful not to stitch down here because this is going to be a bit of a slither anyway, so I didn't want to make that pocket even smaller by obviously, you know, stitching down this side. So I've only stitched, if this makes sense, on the inside before I had folded that over. So now obviously what I need to do is actually glue this down. Now this, I'm wondering whether this is actually bulking it out, so I might actually cut this piece off. Let me just see. I mean, it probably isn't really adding too much, to be honest. Oh, decisions. Well, no, let's cut it off because this is quite thick scrapbook paper. So, you know, it probably is a little bit on the bulky side, really. So, like that. And then all I'm going to do, because I couldn't really stitch this down, and, you know, that's just me. I mean, probably lots of you probably have this wonderful way of, you know, you would have been able to stitch that down. That's just because I'm not particularly great with my sewing machine. But, you know, that's fine. I don't mind because I can just glue this down. So I'm just going to run some glue here. Now the glue here, I'm running for the front triangular piece. I'm not gluing this one down. Well, not unless I do by accident, which, you know, of course, stranger things have happened. So, I just press that down like that with my dried wipe. Hopefully that's going to stick together. So then you've got your pocket there. Now that is a skinny pocket. And then what I'm going to do here, well, you could leave it open as a sort of tuck really, but I'm going to just stick it down. Again, just going straight across. You know, hopefully you can see that. Straight across there. And stick that down. Okay. So now what you've got essentially is, hold on. Ooh, where did I put my glue? I'm running out of room to put things. I have got so much on my desk you just wouldn't believe. Okay, so what you've got now is you've got obviously a pocket here in there. You've got a skinny pocket here. You've got a top pocket there, a side pocket here, and then a pocket there. Envelope flap, which, you know, looks super cute. And then you fold it all over and you've got your book. So I'm just going to bone folder it all down now. Just to sort of give it a helping hand. I'll just do this side like that. Okay, now I did bring along a load of things to decorate it because of course that's my favourite bit. But, you know, I'm not sure because we will then struggle to get through obviously the pieces of 12 by 12 that we have got. So maybe I should not really do that. Oh, what do you think? Oh, you probably you guys like the decorating part as well, don't you? So should we decorate? Yeah, let's decorate. So I'm still ploughing through those Tim Holtz paper dolls. Loving using those, and yeah, glad I've finally dug them out and started using them. So I've just got here one of my glue book favourite printables there. So I wondered whether we could have that. I mean, to be fair, lots of things actually look good against this paper. So, I mean, I've got a few bits here and we'll just double check, you know, what we want to have. I mean, we could, not sure that that clock goes that brilliantly there actually. And I also have a ton of labels here as well. So we could have a label somewhere. Like that. So that's quite nice, isn't it? So, yeah, I think what I'll do is just, actually, just before I do, we might layer up a couple more things because obviously this has got sort of text running through those little polka dot bits. So I think the texty, you know, some book page would look good against there. So I hope everyone's having a good day. I hope if you are being inspired to work on your piles, I hope they're now, you know, diminishing and getting smaller. Yeah, my pile, although, you know, they are still there, they're now in those piles behind my desk that we sorted out yesterday, which has just instantly made them seem so much more manageable, which is really good. So yeah, I'm really pleased that I did that. I know it was a bit strange to do, but I, you know, have got this concrete plan now of where I'm going with everything, so it doesn't really feel like I'm inundated with stuff at all. It, you know, it all feels very manageable. Right, I mean, this is ridiculous. I'm trying to keep these little dots with the text. I mean, how mad is that? Am I the only person who does things like that, or do we all try and do that type of thing? It is slightly weird though, isn't it? Right, let's just have a look, because I might be able to do it more like this and maybe have like a little label like going off to the side or something. I think what I'm going to do is stick my book page down, and actually I'm going to have it that way up. So I've got the torn edge. I always like the torn edges much better. Now, that's just me, you know, but do things how you like them, obviously. I wonder if I'm in the minority with the torn edges, because I don't see that many other people do the torn edges. So yeah, maybe I'm kind of a little bit in the minority really, rather than the majority with that. I don't know. Okay, I'll just press that down. And then we've got this one here. Now, actually, we might prefer this kind of torn. Where have my little girls gone? Let me just have a look. Hold on. See, I'm trying to hang on to that texty spot. Oh, that's just gone really weird now, hasn't it? So yeah, I'm gonna have to cover them up. I'm afraid. Such a shame. Oh well, never mind. Let's just pop that one down. Okay. Yes, it may take us an age to get through these 12 by 12s now, if I, you know, faff around like this with all of them. So I might have to do some of them kind of in slow time and just show you what I've done. Otherwise, you know, this will just be like the longest series ever, won't it? Just to work through some piles of stuff. Okay. Right, I'm going to just take my ink, because that, you know, usually just kind of brings everything together really nicely. So we'll just ink that up. I mean, obviously this paper has been coffee dyed, but the ink obviously, you know, it still alters it further. So there we go. And then just ink up my girls. Now, do I want to have like a label or something there? Not sure now. Not sure. Let me just ink that label up. Oops. And I've also got those little pink flowers there, which I thought would look quite good on here. They're quite good like that, maybe. Why? Why is it so hard sometimes to just make a decision? I have no idea. Right, let me cut out these. So we'll just cut around that. Okay. Don't think I made a very good job of cutting that one out, but never mind. Maybe this label's too big. Or maybe the girls aren't right there. Maybe I could have the girls on the inside and something else on the outside. I mean, this did look quite good. But again, I think this is then too big. It's like just like the whole cover. Well, I guess I could tear this down. Right, let's do that. So just going to tear this down. And this is where we all wish that I hadn't decorated. I just got on and made another one. Okay. Yeah, I mean, these are quite a good way to use up some 12 by 12 papers as well, actually. And then what I thought, you know, you could stitch some other pages in or something to actually have them as, you know, little sort of, well, I suppose almost like mini journals, really. That's quite nice, isn't it? Okay, let's go for that before we muck about anymore. So and obviously that's all been coffee stained. Whoops. What's annoying, I've ended up covering up all of those spots with the text in, even though I was trying to hang on to them as much as I could. They're all now completely gone. Which, what a shame. What a shame. So that flower's quite nice there, isn't it? So let's just pop that down. Okay. And then I might just cut out another. Oh, there we go. Oops. Okie dokie. Might have that one there. Now, of course, I haven't put any lace on here yet, so, you know, I need to bear that in mind because I will want some somewhere, won't I? Yeah, we'll definitely want some lace on here somewhere. So just glue this flower down. And these flowers, these are just in, you know, regular copy paper that has been coffee dyed now. So that's all that they are. There we go. And again, I've got some words. Let's just take beautiful. I mean, beautiful, that just captures so many things, doesn't it? I mean, I think that building really is very beautiful and, yeah, really very lovely. So I might put that down there. It just covers up that green spot like that. Okay. Now for some lace, because otherwise this is just like not on, is it? If we're doing like a non-lacy piece, no way. No way do we want that going on. So I've just got this, again, just laying around on my desk. So I just ink it up slightly. And I might just have it quite loose, I think, kind of. And that's quite nice there. I quite like it, I think, actually, down there. I was just going to put it at the top, and actually I think it looks quite nice down the side. So let's just pop that on there. Oops. Like that. And I have covered up that flower quite a bit, but it doesn't really matter, to be honest. Okay. Okay, so that looks pretty, doesn't it? Now, of course, now we've got lace on there. And what else do we need? We need bling. Can't have lace and no bling. Oh, now I'm not so sure about the bling. My gosh, is this going to be like a blingless piece? That would be strange, wouldn't it? Oh, that's quite nice there, I think. So let's just pop that on there. Yep, this is going to be, you know, a long old saga, obviously using up these 12 by 12 sheets. So I might have to just do a few, you know, in slower time. Otherwise, literally, we're going to be here all day. And you guys will be just, oh, switching off completely, thinking, oh, is this woman ever going to get through that pile? So, yeah, I probably have best just do a couple of the sheets in slow time. Right, I'm having a look now for, you know, the brown, the craft coloured, sorry, card that I really like to use. So that I can just do one of those little closure pieces. So, hang on a moment. I've got some down here to the side. Okay. Actually, I think, because I was going to use a paper clip to just hold this closed. I'm going to have to use a paper clip actually, because otherwise I'm going to have bulk there. So, yeah, scrap that idea. Going back to the paper clip idea. Right. Now I could have my girls on there. Or I could have them on this side, actually. That's quite nice. Again, I'm going to be now trying to be holding on to those little spotty dots with the script in them. Honestly, I mean, what on earth is wrong with me? Oh my gosh, look. You know, by trying to hold on to that, I'm just like placing them in the weirdest places. How ridiculous. Literally ridiculous. Okay, let's just ink this up. Did I ink these already? I can't even remember. Okay. Oh, that's better, isn't it? Let's put them like that. Okay, right. Let's just go for this, because again, otherwise I'd just be here all day. So, like that. And then, do we want a label or anything? Oh, I'm just like determined to have a label somewhere, aren't I? What's that about? Don't know what that's about. Maybe here. Could have one there. Oh, that's quite nice, isn't it? Right, let's have that there. Oops. Just like dropping everything now. Okay, and then I've got obviously a couple more of those flowers, so I'm just going to cut out a couple of these. Okie dokie. Yeah, I'm just sort of grabbing things that are here on my desk, really. Right. Okay. What if we have the flowers up here somehow? They're a bit weird, actually, there. Maybe we don't want flowers here. Or perhaps we could just have a little flower there. That's quite sweet, isn't it? Right, let's just have those flowers there. Okay, and then I'm just going to grab my number tabs. Oops. So, what colours have we got? Let's have a look. So we've got some brown ones and we've got those beige ones. So let's just cut that strip down. We've also got the black and white ones, which could look good on there, but I'm not sure. Let's take the brown one first. Okay. stuff off the desk. I mean, really, like, as if that's making any difference. Oh, let's get these bits of mess up off the desk. Everything else is here, but hey, we've got those bits off. Right, might just have to have a little number or something there. I want something behind those girls. What do you think? Maybe some doily? Oh, now I don't appear to have any doily here to hand. Don't want to have to keep on stopping the video. Right, let's just cut out one of these book plates. Okay. Okie dokie. Right. Wonder if we could just have that there. Do you know what? I'm now thinking I probably prefer that to having the girls on there at all. This is just silly, isn't it? Well, no, I do like them. You know, I do like them. Let's go with my first instinct. Let's have them up here, I think. I wonder if I could put this bit of book page. Oh, that's quite good. Right, let's put this little torn bit of book page into that gap, like that. And then let me just line that text up a little bit. I mean, obviously it's not from there, but it doesn't matter, does it? Because once the girls are down, you won't really hopefully see that that's different bits of paper. So there we go. Okay, just mop them up slightly. Like that. Right, we're going to have a little number tab, I think, and then the book plate like that. Yeah, I like that. My gosh, I mean, talk about take a long time getting to a point where you're actually liking something. It just ridiculous, actually ridiculous. Now, I'm not going to use brads in this because, you know, again, when this closes, I don't really want things that are too fat. Not that the brads are, I mean, they're quite flat, but, you know, I guess it does make a bit of a difference. So, oops, let me just move that number up a slight bit. And then pop that on. Okay. Whew, my gosh, that took a long time, didn't it, to get to that point. Now, I've got one more flower on this piece of paper, so let me just cut that out. Might or might not be able to have it somewhere, but I'll just cut it out because it would be great to get that whole scrap, basically, of paper off of my desk. You know, again, as if that's going to make a dent in the mess. It's not really, is it? But, okay. Oh, that's quite pretty down there. So, yep. Pop that on just there. Oh, that looks really nice now. Okay, so I've just got the flap here, which I'm not sure whether I want to put anything on there. I'm thinking some sort of flower would be quite good. I don't know if I've got really anything quite right here. So I might have to leave the flap, you know, flapping at the moment, just because, yeah, I might not be able to kind of incorporate anything. But it looks really pretty now, and yeah, quite like how it's turned out. Let me just pull this in. Okay, just wondered whether we could have this somewhere. Maybe there. Maybe up there. or we have one of those there. Well, that's quite cute, isn't it? Yeah, quite like that there. So let me just hold that down. I'm just going to hot glue this on just because that's nice and quick onto that flap. There we go. Okay, so that's that piece now. I can't help but think I want a little book plate on the front now. I know, just it's never ending, isn't it? Boring, boring, you're probably thinking. Right, where are those book plates now? What did I do with those when I cut them out just now? Yeah. Here they are. I just wondered whether we could have one of these somewhere. It might be too much, but again, these are those, you know, that glossy photographic paper that I've had that love-hate relationship with, you know, that one minute I was like, oh no, what have I ordered? Oh, this is really great. I really like it. Oh, now I'm not sure. Been in and out with it, in and out. So at the moment, I'm kind of, yeah, it's quite nice. I'm not sure I'd buy it again, but, you know, it has been a bit of a mixture as to whether I was liking it or not. Oh, that's quite nice there. Right, I'm going to have it there. Let's put a couple of brads in there. So let's get one, and there's another one. Sorted all my brads out, and I've got a whole load of them now in my new drawers. But I do kind of pull in a load every now and then to put into my tin, so that I'm not jumping up and down every now and then, or, you know, standing up and down every 5 minutes trying to get them. So yeah, I knew that I had some in there. Okay, and I know that I have said, you know, it's on my list of things to do is to actually cut out a load of these and just put the brads in ready, so that I've just got a ton of them ready to use. Still on my list of things to do. I did make a start, to be fair, but I only seemed to get so far, and then that just went out the window, as is so often the case, you know, with these things. So there we go. Okay, right, let's just cut those little legs off from those brads because they're quite long, so they're just poking out behind slightly. So I'll just cut them down a bit. Hold on. Okay, right, press them down. Then I'm just going to hot glue that on there. And there we go. Okay, let me press that down. Just mop up any hot glue that's oozing out. Just a little bit coming out there, just to the side. Right, there we go. So really cute, like how that looks. Okay, so that's now on there. So yep, that's our little booklet from that one sheet of 12 by 12. I know it took a long time getting there, but obviously that was the decorating really. So I love how that looks, and as I say, you know, you've got quite a roomy pocket here, you've got another pocket here, you've got a pocket here, a little skinny one here, and then you have another top loading pocket there. And what you could do, you know, if you're not gluing this into a journal or anything, you could put some coffee dyed paper on the back for journaling and just paper clip it in. You could make this into a little journal itself. So, I mean, you know, pretending that these were your pages, you could just obviously, you know, stitch a load of pages in, and that would be a little journal on its own. So lots of fun options, I think, with those. So yeah, I might actually make another one or two of those out of those 12 by 12 papers. I think they're like really, really nice. So that was my first little idea. I don't know how long this video is up to, so might have to leave it there and then come back and do something with the, you know, some of the others. But as I say, I might do a couple in slow time because perhaps I'm dragging on a little bit too long. So thank you so much for joining me, and I hope that you, you know, enjoyed the projects and found the, you know, this little tutorial useful. I hope you liked the booklet. So thank you so much for joining me, and I will hopefully see you guys again soon. Thanks then. Bye.